Good morning. I am here with a layout for Ready, Set, Stamp. And I am joined by Heather's Crafty Life and Amanda Kirby. Their links are below, so definitely make sure to check them out. Today I'm going to be stamping my background. So I have a few house stamps, and that is what I decided to use on this layout. And I'm just going to show you a little bit of my process of stamping. I won't show you all of it because it did take a little bit of time, but I'm using what is it? Oh my goodness. What is that Pink Fresh collection? Case of the Blahs. Perfect quarantine paper. And I have a ton of it because I had purchased it and then I got it in a warehouse box. So I was excited to be able to work with this collection today. So I'm stamping my houses in black, but then I'm adding a few of them that are a color. So I used some different inks from my stash to match up the colors in this collection. And I'm going to stamp just the bottom. So if you were to cut the paper from the top left corner to the bottom right corner, that's where all my stamping is going to be. And I'm going to layer over this, over the top half, a sheet of paper from the collection. So we are going to be scrapbooking a photo that you will see here soon that we took at the beginning of quarantine. And it is my two sons and myself and my mom made a homemade mask, and we all did a mask together. So this was just kind of one of the ways we were passing the time by, and I wanted to document this. One of the ways I really like to use stamps is to create a background, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. And as I've said in other videos, when you're using stamps, you typically want to know what collection you're going to be using so that you can pick out colors that will go with that collection or whatever papers you're using. So there you see I'm just adding that paper up to the top right. And this is a ribbon, and it's more of a seam binding type ribbon that I purchased at Hobby Lobby on super clearance. I think it was like 70 cents or something. And it's kind of a black and gray and white. And I used that to cover up the seam of the joins there. Which you don't have to cover that up, but it's always a good opportunity to use your washi tape or use your ribbon. And that's what I decided to do on this one, is to use that ribbon. And it gets me to use up a little bit of my stash. Using the alphabet from the same collection. And I've struggled using this alphabet with any other paper lines. I don't know what it is, but it seems to work with this collection, but I've tried to use it with others and it just hasn't worked. So I'll be honest, I was excited to be able to spell out a really long word and use up a bunch of these letters. So I'm going to spell out quarantined, and that's going to be part of my title, and then I'll add the other part of my title with a die cut piece, and it's going to end up saying quarantined moments. So what have you all been doing during your time off? I actually don't have time off. I work from home, and I'm part of an essential business because my work is connected to the mortgage industry. So it's been kind of normal life for me, aside from being able to see my friends and go scrapbook on the weekends and that sort of thing. So that's been sad. And then just kind of sad watching my kids stay home. And I have a senior in high school, and so he's kind of missing out on quite a bit. And he's actually done with school. So for the seniors in our county, they said as long as they're passing at this moment that they do not have to complete the rest of the year. So he's done. which, oh my goodness, yeah, I'm trying to find productive things for him to do during this time off now because he can't work either. But yeah, I'd love to know what you're doing to pass time during the quarantine, or if you've come up with some creative ideas to see your loved ones. That would be awesome. I'd love to hear those stories and those ideas. So I'm going to get my photo, and I'm gonna just do like some messy layers with my photo, with some different pattern papers. I did pre-cut the papers just to save on time. And I decided to add some black cardstock within those layers just to bring your eye to that place. I kind of layered these up without the black, and I felt like it just needed something a little bit more to make that kind of the heaviest element on my page. So I did, you'll see where I added the black cardstock there. I'm using that chipboard frame as one of my layers. So that's going to serve to pop up my photo as well. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little piece of foam in the middle there to keep my photo from sinking in. I don't think it would have sunk in, but I just did that anyway. So I really like how that turned out, and then the title is obviously going to just jut out from the kind of start there right at the photo. And I wanted to have something that my photo was kind of resting on, and to provide a space for an embellishment cluster. And so I fussy cut this paper out of the 6x6 paper pad from this collection, and I can't tell if I love it or if I like it or not. I mean, obviously it's going to stay there, but it's one of the elements on the page I don't love. And if I could go back, I might have done something differently, but I'm not one that's going to go back and tear it apart. It is what it is. It doesn't look terrible, and I'm just going to move on from there. So I added that circular piece that says it's not all good and that's okay. I thought that was really fitting. And then on the right, I'm kind of using that arrow to point you to the title, and it just says Real Life, and it's a puffy sticker and then some letter stickers, and then I used an explanation point sticker or die cut piece and pop that up on foam. And this was really a simple layout to put together, just kind of working with the embellishments in the kit. As you know, or maybe you might not know, this kit has a lot of wordy embellishments, so it made it a little bit challenging trying to find more icons to add to the page. So I did add a puffy heart or puffy house to the left of the photo, and that's about it. Everything else is pretty much wordy, but it works with this layout and with the story that we're trying to tell here. So I don't know I really wanted to add more that green in there. That is one of the canvas labels from the collection, but it just was drawing too much attention to itself over there on the right, so I decided not to use it. And then I'm gonna work on an embellishment cluster underneath. I have that little label that says Crazy Moments, and all I did was put March 2020 coronavirus, and I didn't really need to say too much about this page, and I will have other pages in my book that's going to tell more of the story. In fact, I have a traveler's notebook that I do for like current events, and a lot of my stories will go in there, or statistic type things will go in there. So I decided to splatter this with some black, I believe it's Dylusions mist, and I love how that looks. Kind of just ties the stamping in with the top, and that's it, guys. That is my layout. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I would love that. And check out the ladies below, and make sure you subscribe to their channel too. I hope you all have a great day. Bye, guys.